Hello and welcome again to my YouTube channel. It's always a pleasure and very humbling to have this opportunity every week to vlog about my inspirational journey of prayer, faith, and healing. This channel is meant to inspire and encourage those in the journey, the warriors and the new soldiers who are joining us in this walk. You will be inspired by my journey of prayer, faith, and healing. To the new subscribers, welcome. Remember to press the notification bell so that you get a notification for every new vlog that I put in. Also, subscribe, like my video, share my video, and comment on my video. Feel free to share your experience in the comment section. Maybe share your diet or any solutions that you may have to some of the challenges that we come across during this journey, or also challenges as caregivers or family members to the warriors in this journey. For the new subscribers, my name is Monica Buyu, and I take you on a journey, an inspirational journey, since my diagnosis with multiple myeloma cancer. From the time of diagnosis up to the time of healing, and I am now on remission therapy. Sorry, I'm now on maintenance therapy. And also, you may feel free to go back to my older videos from my first video, because I describe step by step every step of my journey from that time of the diagnosis up to my healing. So we are walking step by step. Welcome once again. In my last vlog, I had shared about waiting for my results for my blood works. And when the results came out, they were not very encouraging. I scored 6 points. My HB level was at 6 points out of a maximum of 16 points. I was faring very poorly. And yet my hematologist had, in my prescription, had recommended that I can only, given me a threshold of 9 points of my HB in order to proceed with my treatment for chemotherapy. So when the outpatient clinic where I normally go to, contacted my hematologist with the results, she recommended an immediate blood transfusion. She recommended 2 units of transfusion. So the clinic, being an outpatient clinic, of course they don't have a blood bank, but they gave us 2 options of getting transfusion. And we went for the best and quickest one, which was to make a payment for the 2 units at the outpatient clinic, that is the Nairobi Radiotherapy and Cancer Clinic. So we made a payment there for the 2 units, and I was asked to go back after 2 days when they had already procured the 2 units to facilitate my transfusion. But now I had to go back home again after that visit to go and wait for the 2 days. Back at home, I was wondering now, what's happening to me? I expected my blood, my hemoglobin to have built up because I was following the diet that I had been provided by my hematologist. And I was also taking regularly the blood building syrup that had been prescribed for me. Amongst my diet was lots of fruits, especially red, yellow, orange fruits, even vegetables, raw vegetables, colored ones like carrots. For fruits, I would even eat pawpaw, watermelon, oranges, any colored fruit, but not bananas, and not excluding bananas and pineapple. As for the vegetables, I ate lots of green leafy vegetables. For example, spinach, African spinach, jute mallow, etc. But still my HB level was disappointingly very, very low, to a level that a blood transfusion was recommended. So I've learned to live with the statement that when all else fails, pray, pray, and pray. So being totally mobilized in bed, I didn't have much to do. There was no cleaning for me to do. There was no walking around for me to do, or any laundry for me to do. So I spent a lot of my time in bed was in prayer. I spent a lot of my time talking to God in prayer, meditating upon the Word of God, and humming whenever I could, hum His songs. Sometimes pain would overwhelm me at times, and the best I could only manage was the Lord's Prayer. So after 2 days, we went back. I returned back to the hospital, to my outpatient clinic, and I was prepared again for the transfusion. I was enjoying a cup of sorrel tea to keep me warm. Let me just sip. I love that. I love that taste. Now that I'm 100% off sugar, the sorrel tea does me some justice because it has a bit of a sour taste, which is good for me rather than having that just plain taste like water. So back to my transfusion story. I went back to the clinic after the 2 days that I had been advised to go. for me to get my initial transfusion. And my vitals were taken as usual, and I was prepared for the transfusion. Of course, not without the drama of looking for my veins to put through the IV line. It was always a drama, in spite of even my family members advising me and keeping my arms very warm, keeping very warm. I would even wear gloves to keep my fingers, my hands quite warm, so that, to try and make the veins warm and to stand out. Even at the clinic, I would go and sit near the heater to warm up the blood circulation, so that the veins may come out easily, show easily. But it was never easy. It was just one drama after another. But with the professionalism and the skill of the doctor at my outpatient clinic, he would still find a way of getting the right vein to put the IV line. So my first transfusion was done and completed for 1 unit, and I went back home again to come back to the clinic again the following day for the second for the transfusion for the second unit. And it is now on the third day now that I went for again another blood works to see how far, if at least my HB level had picked up sufficient enough for me to commence my cycle 1 of my 10 cycles of chemo treatment. This time round, my HB level had improved. It was 8.9. And with that threshold, my hematologist gave the okay for me to go ahead with the first cycle of my chemo treatment. Remember to click on the subscription button, like my video, and comment on my video. Let's encourage one another on this channel. Let's inspire each other on this journey. So in my next one, I will share with you the actual feeling, what I was feeling, what I went through during that first cycle of my chemo treatment. I was beginning again. I was repeating my chemo after having gone through 6 cycles of chemo and stopped it. So be sure to watch my next video again, where I'm going to share with you exactly how it went. So bye-bye for now. I love you all. Until next time.